In a series of shocking incidents that have unfolded across China, we are witnessing the unraveling of the Communist Party's carefully constructed image of strength and stability. From unpaid soldiers to beaten naval officers, from persecuted petitioners to suppressed lawyers, the cracks in the system are becoming increasingly apparent. Let's start with a scene that seems almost too absurd to be real. A government-hired bridge guard threatening suicide due to unpaid wages. This darkly satirical moment encapsulates the widespread collapse of Chinese society, which has now reached even those within the system. The government's inability to pay salaries has pushed its own employees to the brink of desperation. Meanwhile, in Beijing, a large group of demobilized soldiers gathered before the State Bureau of Letters and Calls, their banners stretching as far as the eye could see. These former defenders of the nation now find themselves unable to afford health care or support their families. The government's response, an uncharacteristic gentleness, perhaps born of fear of those who once wielded guns in its name. But not all servicemen are treated with such restraint. A naval officer from the East Sea Fleet, visiting his hometown, encountered forced demolition and saw his entire family beaten. In another incident, a female soldier's family factory was illegally demolished and her family subjected to violence and illegal detention. These stories shatter the image of the fearless, respected military often portrayed in CT propaganda. The plight of petitioners like Yu Zhongwen reveals the depths of the government's disregard for its citizens' rights. Forced to flee his home city despite illness, Yu's story is one of constant persecution, illegal detention, and denial of basic rights. His disabled daughter, denied medical care due to stability maintenance efforts, stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of the CT's policies. The legal profession, meant to be the backbone of a just society, has been systematically dismantled. The infamous 709 crackdown saw over 200 lawyers and activists arrested in a single week. Those who dare to defend human rights find themselves stripped of their licenses, under constant surveillance, or worse. The message is clear. In China, the rule of law is subservient to the whims of the party. Activists like Xing Jian and Ni Jingfang have paid a heavy price for seeking justice. Their stories of torture, forced labor, and sham trials expose the hollowness of China's claims to be a nation governed by law. Instead, we see a police state where individual freedoms are routinely sacrificed on the altar of stability maintenance. Even high-ranking officials are not immune to the capricious nature of the regime. The recent disappearance and dismissal of Li Shangfu, a military officer personally appointed by President Xi Jinping, serves as a chilling reminder that in this system, everyone is ultimately expendable. As China's rule of law continues to regress, we are witnessing the closing of a window to civilization, leaving only barbarism in its wake. The strong nation dream promoted by the CCP is revealed to be nothing more than a cruel joke, with wolves turned to lambs under the weight of authoritarian rule. The reality of life in modern China is more ironic and tragic than any movie could portray. It is a place where the very institutions meant to protect and serve the people have become instruments of oppression, where seeking justice can lead to persecution, and where even those who have dedicated their lives to serving the nation find themselves abandoned and abused. As we conclude this sobering look at the state of affairs in China, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you found this information valuable and eye-opening, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring these important stories to light. Remember, in a world where truth is often obscured by propaganda, staying informed and spreading awareness is more crucial than ever. Together, we can work towards a future where human rights and dignity are respected, regardless of borders or political systems. May you and your loved ones remain safe and free, and may we all continue to strive for a more just world. Thank you for your attention, and until next time, take care.